Good morning. It's Tuesday morning and we're at the bridge because we want a blessing from the bridge. Not from the bridge, but from the Gospel of Matthew as Jesus continues to teach us on the Sermon on the Mount. We've been going through that very slowly. And I have a confession to make this morning because we come to a passage that I have over the years largely ignored. Jesus has already talked about the importance of giving and how to give. And over the years, I've learned how to give and how to be obedient in that area. Jesus has talked about prayer and how to pray, and I've learned over the years how to pray and to be obedient in the matter of prayer. And now we come to fasting. And this is something that I have largely ignored. I want to give you a little history first before we get to the scripture. Fasting is one of the most ancient spiritual disciplines. Not only a spiritual discipline, fasting really in history has served two purposes, has had two benefits. One is a physical benefit. You can go back as far as the Greek father of medicine, Hippocrates, who taught that certain patients with certain illnesses should fast because he believed that the body heals itself. And so throughout history, that's been one reason why fasting has been practiced. It has a physical benefit. The body heals when you deny it food. However, the benefit that the Bible speaks about is a spiritual benefit. And when you read the Old Testament, to my knowledge, the first example of fasting in the Old Testament was Moses, who, when he went up to Mount Sinai to receive the law from God, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. No bread, no water, no food. And this is true not only in Judaism and in the Christian religion, but in many other religions, fasting has a spiritual benefit. At least that's what we believe. And I think the reason is that when we fast, when we deny our body what it craves and what it needs, it allows us to focus on God. And so Jesus, when he was tempted in the wilderness, fasted for 40 days, 40 nights, just like Moses. And so there is a spiritual benefit that comes from fasting. And Jesus includes fasting with praying and giving in a very similar way when we come to these verses. Here are the verses. Jesus says, "When you fast, do not be gloomy like the hypocrites. They disfigure their faces that they may be seen by others. Truly I say to you, they have their reward. But when you fast, anoint your head with oil, wash your face, so that you may not be seen by others, but by your Father in heaven in secret. And your Father who is in secret will reward you openly." Very similar words to the words about praying and about giving. Fasting is to be one of those things that we offer up only to God, that we seek to make a connection with God and to worship. It's an act of worship, and it has a spiritual benefit. So this morning I put before you a challenge, and I'll never know if you take up the challenge, because if you're doing it the right way, and I'm doing it the right way, we won't look like we're fasting. We won't talk about it because we don't want to be seen by others. We want it to be a secret offering to God. But as we do it, as we're obedient in this area of the Christian life, we will then be able to focus on things that are eternal, upon our relationship with God, Now, maybe you have some issue in your life that is pressing in upon you. Maybe you need wisdom, you need discernment, you have a major challenge or crisis in your life. I encourage you. I'm not the best one to do it because, as I said, as I already confessed, I've turned a blind eye to this over the years. But that stops today. And I challenge you and encourage you to do the same and to practice fasting so that you might draw close to God during a difficult time in your life. So there it is. Have a wonderful Tuesday. See you tomorrow in our Bible study, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. as we look at our last parable, the parable of the lost coin. God bless.